Hey, I'm Eric Keach. Today I'm here with another amazing client, and that is Vivki Glenn. And Vivki is here to kind of share her story, but not just that. She's going to talk about the results that she's seen while training there, and she's going to talk about her experience and fill us in with all the details and everything else in between. So, Vivki, thanks so much for taking the time to come on and share your story with us. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, so let's dive in. Let's jump back. So before we started recording, you kind of hopped on board maybe about 6 months ago. And so I'm curious to know, before that, before you came in and started training, what was the big issue? Like, what was the thing you were trying to overcome that led you here?
I could lose the weight, but then I couldn't keep it off. So I didn't have any good practices in that I could keep the weight off. And Diane has given me that through changing my exercises, because I've exercised my whole life, but I've never exercised the way Diane has given me exercising. I'm strong, but I don't have a lot of muscles, and I didn't do a lot of interval training, and that's what she does. So that's been real helpful for me, and also helping to change my diet, and she even gives you food plans. So at first you don't even have to think about it, which I like, because if you're not eating right, how will you know how to eat right if you're not given direction to do so?
Right. Was there a moment that kind of triggered you to take action to sign up, right? Because you realized this about going in, you were trying to lose the weight, you couldn't keep it off. Was there something that just said, I've had it, I got to try something else and do this?
I had been working out with a personal trainer for about 5 years, and I really wasn't getting any results. And I was just getting really tired of it, really fed up. And I was changing what I was doing, but it just wasn't working. And so I was done. And so a friend of mine and I, we both decided to sign up together. And it's worked out great. I love it.
Yeah, and we're going to dive into the results in just a second, because you've had some amazing results in just these 6 months. But I'm curious to know, right, you go in, your friend, you did this. Explain and maybe share kind of what it's like, the atmosphere is like, and what it's like training there, that type of thing.
Sure. Well, one of my biggest fears is going from having a personal trainer is going and not having a trainer just for yourself. But what I found out immediately is that when I'm training with Diane, I feel like I'm her only client. And there's like 6 of us there at a time. But she takes specific time with each of us. She sees everything we do, and she's kind. She's so freaking knowledgeable. It drives me crazy. She knows exactly your muscle groups, what's wrong with you, what works. So I love that about her. And then the friends you make. It's cool.
Yeah, very community
It changed
oriented.
my life.
Yeah. Mm. Tell me about that. So, like, there's a social side of it, right? The friendship, like, how you guys all get along. Are you doing things maybe outside of there, meeting up? Do you do things like that?
We do have things that we meet up together, and we do. Especially my friend and I, obviously, and then I got another friend on board as well. So we're all always hanging together afterwards for a while. And it's so cool to see women that are the same age of you as I am, and we're having results happen. I mean, our lives are better. We're fuller. We're able. I know one girl wanted to go to Peru and go hiking. She's been able to do that. I've got a 14-year-old. I need to be able to keep up with her. I'm able to do that. I just I needed to change my life. I needed something different. And Diane has given that to me, and this program has given that to me.
And it sounds like, right, there's obviously Diane's there for the support and the accountability, but
Yeah.
it sounds like this group as well, and the friends you've made also are holding you accountable and
Yeah.
supporting you.
Yeah, they really are because, excuse me, not only because you lose the weight and stuff, and we don't always notice it about ourselves, and then all of a sudden you're next to somebody you haven't seen in a couple weeks, and they're like, "Holy moly, what happened to you? Where did the rest of you go? You look great." And we just get encouragement from each other. We give encouragement to each other, and we love doing it because we're all there for the same reason, to have a better life. And we have one girl right now that's going through a really rough time with her husband as far as he's having some medical problems, and we're there for her. We're giving her cards, we're talking with her, and Diane stays in close contact and keeps us in the loop as well. And we're just there for each other.
Hmm.
I mean, you can't go through this kind of stuff, losing weight, changing your diet, and not be there for each other.
So it sounds like a family.
It is.
Very cool. So you've got this group, you've got all this knowledge, you've got this support, this friendship, all of these things. So let's shift gears and talk about what that's led to. We'll talk about the results. So in the time that you've been there, what have you noticed?
Well, I definitely have noticed that I know how to eat better. And every day Diane sends us emails out as well. And those emails are jam-packed of knowledge about how to eat, what to eat. Um, and it's not like it's so restrictive, like it's crazy. She's got like a 90-10 rule. So 10% of the time you eat whatever you want. I mean, there's one day a week that you can eat anything you want. And you should, because otherwise you could feel like you're punishing yourself, like you're on a diet. And this is not a diet. This is a life change. You're changing the way you eat for your life. And sometimes you can do it like right now, the Christmas season, for example. So we're going to have parties to go to and stuff like that. So maybe you use 3 days and all the dinners you eat whatever you want. And it's easy to eat well. I mean, everybody has chicken and vegetables and fruit. I mean, no matter where you go, you can get any of that. And it's not like we don't eat everything. We eat all food groups all the time.
Okay.
So it's just been amazing. I mean, I've lost 20 pounds and I've lost 2 feet of inches off your whole body because she measures you, from your arms all the way down to your calves. So, and that's really what's exciting is because we're always attached to a number on the scale, but sometimes I'm not dropping any weight, but I'm dropping inches. Like 5 to 10 more inches. And I'm like, how can that happen when I haven't dropped a pound? That's because I'm gaining muscle. And that's cool. Because then you really understand how important muscle is.
For sure, for sure. And now I'm guessing there's been some other side benefits to it as well, right? So you're not just lost the weight and the inches. Have you noticed things on the emotional side of things? Maybe stress is easier to manage, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sleeping better, which leads to less stress in your life as well if you get a good night's sleep. I'm definitely able to keep up with my 14-year-old. I'm not as tired. I'm definitely not as sluggish. And it really feels good, just having, because you feel real positive about it. And of course, anytime I think you make a change to your life, it helps to change your emotional side of it as well. The way you feel about each other, about yourselves and stuff like that. So I think that's cool.
Yeah. And you said you're able to keep up with your 14-year-old. So I'm guessing your energy levels have gone up pretty
Oh,
significantly.
off the scale. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned like the people within the group have noticed changes, but has, family, other people seen the changes in you?
Yeah. It's pretty amazing to hear, my husband and my daughter talk about the changes. And then, of course, my girlfriend, I was trying to get her involved in the group. I said, listen, you got to get in the group. It'd be great for you. And I hadn't seen her in like 2 weeks or something. And so she came to breakfast. She goes, oh my God, I am joining the group.
So you've seen these changes yourself. Others have noticed these changes. How does this make you feel?
Really proud that I've been able to do it and stick with it as well. And it's nice when your whole family can be involved in it, because I'm not just eating this way. My whole family is eating this way. So it makes it easier for all the diets, for all the eating in the whole house. So not only am I changing the way I eat, but I'm changing the way my family eats. And I think that's really important. So that makes me feel really proud. But then just really, I feel good. I feel full of energy. It's easier, obviously, to go pick out clothes and to look at myself in the mirror and be happy about what I see.
Right.
So
Right.
it feels good.
This is what keeps coming back to me. What's the biggest difference, right? Because you were with a personal trainer for years, and then you've only been here for about 6 months,
Yeah.
and you're seeing all like. So what's the big difference?
Um, Two things. Number one, interval training, and we do everything. We work out for 1 hour, 3 times a week, is what I do. The amount of muscle I've gained, the amount of, because you also get cardio in there as well. So that's really helpful. But then learning how to eat and keeping on track with that, because it's easy, because there's things you eat every day. I mean, there isn't crazy stuff in there. And it's really easy to eat right And Diane really helps because you talk with her every day, because when she emails you, we also have a site on Facebook together, so we go back and forth on Facebook. So even when we're not in class, we're still talking to each other and still talking to Diane. And I think having that personal trainer, and that's really what she is, 24/7, because you can text her, you can get on Facebook, you can call her, ask her a question anytime, and she'll answer you.
Very cool. Okay, now let's say someone is looking to join, they hear your story, they're like, wow, this actually sounds really cool, but they're still on the fence, right? They're still a little hesitant. What would you want to tell them? Maybe push them off the fence, let them know this is a good thing for them.
I would say meet with Diane. Come and meet with Diane. Come and take one of our classes together. And Diane will watch you like a hawk, so nothing's going to happen. But see how the classes go. Because I think that's what keeps people is exercising. I think that's what keeps people from coming. Come to the class and then talk to us. Because Diane does that all the time. Brings people in that are on the fence and has them, and then she walks away. And then they stay and talk to us that are there. And we tell them the benefits that we've had, why we like coming. And then we take them under our wing. And we become their ambassador, if you will. So when they come in, they'll exercise with us. We'll make sure that they're doing things right. We'll get their phone numbers, and so we can call back and forth if they have any questions. And so they're immediately taken in. But I think that's what makes people fearful is, can I do the exercising? And I can tell you, we have people that come into this class that are shuffling. And within a month, they're walking normally again. Because it doesn't matter if you're hurt. It doesn't matter if you are injured in some way. Diane will work with you, and she'll help you through it. And that's what she's done for all of us.
Okay. And then I'll wrap up on this. Mention, right, this has been life-changing, and it sounds like it's obviously life-changing for your family as well, because the nutrition stuff, all the habits are carrying over. Let's say, as we're talking right now, that Diane is literally closing things down, right? Closing things down, turning off her phone or email, Facebook Messenger, all that stuff. And this is the last time that you could ever say anything to her. Right. Knowing it's the last time, what would you want to say?
Thanks, you changed my life. And the stuff she's given us and given me, I can do for the rest of my life. It's really that easy. So I'd have to thank her for that. And, and I thank her every day anyway. We all do,
okay. Got it. Well, Vivki, amazing story. Really, sorry. And just such a short time, like you did all these years with a personal trainer, you got no results. This in 6 months, you've had all this. It's changed your life. Absolutely amazing. And I appreciate you coming on to just share your story so that we can hear it and we can feel it. And I just want to wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
All right. You take care.
You too. Bye.